Filmmaking combines the arts of writing, directing, acting, and, every once in a while, lovemaking. Today, we're counting down the top 10 movies where the actors actually had sex, as voted on by you, the viewer. Written, produced, and directed by Michael Winterbottom, Nine Songs is a romance film that tells the story of a relationship of two characters over the course of a year. It features stunning performances from bands like Elbow, the Dandy Warhols, and Franz Ferdinand. However, it's the sex scenes that have garnered the most attention. The film's stars, Kieran O'Brien and Margot Stiley, had real intercourse and oral sex, and there's even a scene featuring, shall we say, an on-screen completion. Unfortunately, other than these details, the film isn't particularly well remembered. Acclaimed director Lars von Trier has made many an uncompromising film in his time. However, the first film he made after his notorious call to arms, the Dogma 95 Manifesto, was The Idiots. It follows a group of Danish teens who decide to act on their innermost idiot impulses. The movie features several scenes of unsimulated sex. It also features large orgy sequences that are simulated because, organizing actual massive orgies is really hard. The John Waters film Pink Flamingos has become infamous in the years since its release. Heralded at the time as the filthiest film to ever have been made, it featured some of the most extreme gross-out moments ever. The film centers on a criminal, played by now iconic drag queen Divine, in hiding living with their mentally ill mother and good-for-nothing son. In the film, Divine eats real excrement and has oral sex with an actor playing their son. The film has gone on to develop quite a legacy. In fact, it nearly spawned a sequel titled Flamingos Forever. Melvin Van Peebles was a man who didn't like taking orders, so much so that he walked away from a studio contract in order to make his own film, one where the African-American protagonist didn't have to die in the end. He used his own money, as well as wrote, directed, starred, and had real sex for the film. It's a hard-hitting crime film about an urban Robin Hood. The film was so successful that it essentially birthed the blaxploitation genre. Lars von Trier made a little movie called Antichrist. It stars Willem Dafoe and Charlotte Gainsbourg. Maybe you've heard of it. It follows a couple as they attempt to come to terms with the death of their child. It's not an easy movie to watch. Following in the tradition of von Trier, the film features unsimulated sex. While it is the Dafoe and Gainsbourg characters engaging in these acts, it's not actually them. It's body doubles. Maybe someday von Trier will get a major star to be as committed to the act of filmmaking as he wants, but it wasn't this film. Vincent Gallo is an auteur. His film, Buffalo 66, is a staggering achievement. The film, which is about a man who kidnaps a woman and forces her to pretend to be his wife upon returning home from prison, is uncompromising. He was heralded as the next Orson Welles, and then he made Brown Bunny, and everyone turned on him. Brown Bunny, co-starring Chloe Sevigny, follows a motorcycle racer who is adrift in his life. The film crescendos into a sequence where Gallo and Sevigny engage in unsimulated oral sex. The fallout of this being, Gallo didn't direct another movie until 2003's Promises Written in Water. Rumors have swirled that Chloe Sevigny was blacklisted from many big-budget productions. Thankfully, those turned out to be false. It would have been a massive shame to lose an actress of her caliber just because a couple of studio execs are prudes. Caligula, the historical figure, has something of a reputation. The whole sex party thing. Penthouse magazine founder Bob Guccione has something of a reputation too. So, why not throw them together? Two great tastes that taste great together, right? That's exactly what Mr. Guccione thought as well. He decided to make an epic historical fiction film that would tell the story of Caligula featuring an all-star cast. Helen Mirren, Peter O'Toole, Malcolm McDowell, and legions of other stars turned up for the film. While they didn't actually have sex on screen, many other performers did in actual orgy sequences. Little Ashes follows the life and romance of the iconic painter Salvador Dali during his time in Madrid. The film stars Javier Beltran, Matthew McNulty, and Robert Pattinson? Yeah, didn't see that one coming, did you? Purportedly, during a scene where Dali is having some good times, Pattinson touched himself to make the climax of the scene as real as possible. When asked about it, Pattinson said, "Faking the scene just doesn't work. My face is recorded for eternity." Gaspar Noé is an extreme filmmaker. In fact, he's one of the founding members of the French New Extremists movement. He's directed films like Irreversible and Enter the Void. Well, in 2015, he decided to make a film in 3D about sex, featuring real sex, called Love. The film stars Carl Glusman and Omi Moyak, who, at the time of filming, were a real-life couple. The ultimate result of the film feels more like Mr. No was more interested in filming sex scenes in 3D than in making a cohesive narrative. However, if that's what he was going for, he absolutely succeeded. And here we are, the granddaddy of them all, Nymphomaniac. Our old friend Lars von Trier's sexual epic has landed at number 1. The film stars Stacey Martin. It follows a woman over the course of her life and details her various sexual relationships. This movie has loads of real sex. During the press tour for the film, Shia LaBeouf said that he participated in said unsimulated sexual encounters. Ultimately, it came out that he wasn't actually involved in them. His body was CGI'd on top of other performers. Even so, he's undeniably the most famous person to be involved in a sequence like this. And on that note, check back next time to find out what else is rank-worthy.